Today, we are going to talk about Bigfoot.
Yeah, we got some Bigfoot footage. Well, it's not really footage, it's audio is what it is. Let me put this over here. It's Bigfoot audio that my nephew Brandon, he is a movie scorer. He does the scores for movies, Disney stuff. He's done Spider-Man and a bunch of cartoons and all kinds of other movies. But he started a Small Town Monsters, and he met somebody that gave him the plans to make this recorder. We took it down south, and we caught some shit.
They made a homemade recording
it's gonna be
device.
Interesting. I'll go through how it was when we get there. This here is the spectrum analyzer, right? And down here is your Bigfoot noise. And if I should have brought up on YouTube the little thinker thunker thing, maybe we'll come back after the break. But when you put other animals, their this view of their voices, it goes straight across. Other animals they don't go straight across. So this noise up here that you're looking at is the crickets and everything. Now you guys hear it? It is playing. All right, let's. I don't know.
Back. Ah! Loud.
How about now? You guys hear that? Let me do that again. Since he come in here and did a little thing. We'll go back to the first one if that's the case.
I'm pretty sure. We'll see.
Phone's up. Better than I take it? He says, yep.
This microphone in here.
Yeah, got it.
It's picking my chair creaks up.
All right, let me go back to.
It says they can hear it now.
Yeah. All right, so now you guys can hear. Check this out. Hear how it goes? Woo! It's got like pronunciation at the end of it. That is not a wolf.
Hey, you know, while we're in mini screen, we could literally just walk off.
Ooh. But anyway, yeah, that's wild. Let me go back to that first one since you guys can hear it now.
Yeah, now they can hear it play that real good. That's a crisp one. And you still have that other one too, right?
Yeah, yep. All right, guys, check this out one more time. Like I said, right here, there's a wood knock. Let me do it one more. Play it for you again. Hey, this thing's acting funny now. Yep. I don't know, you guys tell me, you ever heard anything like that out in the woods? Definitely insane to me.
Yeah, me too. I would never hear something like that during the day.
Well, this was at night. We had the recorders set for 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and it would record every night. All right, let me get to number 3 here. This one's a good one too. This one's crazy because of.
Was that successful?
Yeah, I think so. All right, let me go back here, make sure everybody's. All right,
Gary
let me
thinks
check
there's
this one out.
screams.
Now,
and
this one
owls.
is crazy because right here is one scream, which, and then you see these lines. It's the same thing. These are little twigs snapping. All them lines in there, or something walking around and shit. Since this one's short, I'll go ahead and play it with the crickets and everything. And there again, there's something that's probably 20 yards or so. I'm talking over top of it. Walking around. You can hear it. Breaking shit.
Look how that sound is visualized.
Isn't that wild? All right, so here's what's crazy. Check this out. This is what I just figured this out the other day when I was messing with this stuff, and it didn't never dawn on me. These are 3 different lines, 3 different frequencies, but yet that's the same scream. So okay, here's one. So that's the same whatever creature. And there again, when you look at these lines, they're pretty much straight across. Now, the other ones, and the last one where you seen some of them had them hooks and stuff, that's why I say that they was coyotes, because it wasn't straight across. Now, this is crazy. Check this out. One more time, y'all. All right, so this is what I think's nuts about this. You can highlight each one of these all on its own. Like that. Watch this.
That's the high one.
That's the low one.
Oh.
Yeah, they go up in frequency as we go. Check this out. And what's even weirder is it's like this longer one starts here, the lower one, then it comes in with the middle one, and then up here in the high one, which you can't hardly even hear with the naked ear, and there's crickets in that frequency. But here's the middle one. And then here's the high one, which it's really hard to hear because there's crickets and shit in there. But right when it very first starts, it's such a high pitch. But listen. You can just barely hear it kind of going up. It's really hard to catch because it's such a high frequency.
Yeah. Right in the beginning.
Yeah, you can just kind of hear it going up in the beginning. And then, like I said, then these ones here, I don't know. If you listen to the end of that one, you'll hear it goes, woo, woo, whoa! It got a whoa at the end of it. And I don't know no owls or nothing that makes that noise personally, because it kind of sounds to me like an owl. But nah, not when you hear the end. Listen.
Pretty.
You hear how it goes, whoa! At the end. Listen.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
The beginning of that sounds like it matched the bottom one of the first one, but then the rest of it.
Well, it's a slight bit lower frequency. If you see there where this one's just a little bit higher, from the bottom to the top, that's down here's your low frequencies, and up here's your high frequencies. I'll show you here in a second. Here, that's this one.
Yeah.
And then now listen on that one. You can hear that one's further in the distance than the other two are. That one's way off in the distance, and you can hear a wood knock right after it. Listen real close. It goes, whoa! Hear it?
Yeah.
Whoa. So yeah, so your low frequencies are here. Let me show these for the folks that don't know. This is, and then your mid-range stuff is in here. Where a lot of the crickets are, and then of course you got the high stuff that's up here, which but that, like I said, this here thing's wild because that's whatever creature's making these three noises is making three different pitches at the same time, which is virtually impossible for I don't know any animal that can do that.
Yeah, it's
If
wild.
somebody does, let me know. That blew me away.
I think that second one is two different animals on the same.
This one here.
Yeah, the beginning is, yeah, that's different. That's a different one.
Yeah,
and then
if
you can
look,
hear the
this one
end.
seems like it's further away, like this one over here, and this one's a little closer because you can see it's stronger. The darker yellow, that means it's a stronger signal.
It's closer than the other one.
Yeah, that's why it's darker, just like these ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right. This might be the one that's calling out, and like this dude and this dude's probably the same one. Like, in other words, what I'm saying is.
Oh, like they're
one.
communicating back and forth.
Yeah, this one here is the same one as this one right here.
Oh, it's pretty close. It's pretty damn close.
And then this one is the dude that's closest. It might be this same dude.
That's what I was thinking. That one sounds awful like the first one.
Because when you put them together, this one's a little quieter than this one, so it does sound like two different ones. I didn't even realize that prior to just now. Because like one's doing it, and then this one comes back kind of, if you look at the file, it's almost over top of it right there.
Yeah.
So that appears to be two different creatures or animals or whatever that is making that noise. That second one is definitely closer, but them ones and this one here,
man,
doesn't sound.
Play that first one again.
That's what I was gonna say. It doesn't sound like these ones.
It sounds like one, but I almost want to theorize and say that like there's multiple calling, like a pack calling to see where they are, but it sounds like one. I can't even hear the second one join in. My ears aren't tuned that high pitch. I can't hear that, but it shows up bright right there.
Mm-hmm. And when you listen to that all at once, whatever is making them noises on these lines is it can't be no more than 20 yards away from that recorder. Listen to that again.
Do you have any pictures of this recorder?
I do not. My brother might.
Like the recorder itself is interesting to me. I think that's a key part of the story. It's designed specifically for that purpose. It's one of one.
This one more. I think there was something towards the end.
You know, if you look at that one, it almost looks like there's multiple stems on that one.
Uh-huh. Alls I know, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. Wild.
Yeah.
Exclusive right here. This is better than
this
the Trump.
Southern Ohio. Southern
UFO
Ohio.
news.
Wait a minute, that was the wrong one. Guess I needed number 1, didn't I? Or was it number 1?
Southern Ohio. What you said?
Yep. Damn it, wrong one again. Guess I need.
This
2.
was, where was this?
In Southern Ohio. I
Minerva?
can't give you the. I can't. No, that's not Southern Ohio.
Oh.
It was down about a half hour away from the Ohio River. Of course, if they're looking at me doing that.
Okay. Interesting.
The reason I don't want to say nothing is because if I say something, anybody that really does watch this, they'll go storm that place. And I don't. This is our little honey hole.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
You know what I mean? So,
I was just thinking it was in a different state.
no, it's Southern Ohio. You do the whole thing.
There's some wild stuff in Ohio, y'all.
Any forest.
Like, every fairy tale or nightmare is in Ohio. Frankenstein is in our
I just
graveyard.
stretched those out. You see how them are kind of straight across?
We should do a whole episode on Frankenstein. We have him. We could go dig him up, dude. Like the video if that's what you want to see. This is a live stream of me.
Hear that? Listen to that shit.
Yeah, you can hear it.
That right there, that particular one, I never listened to that close. Listen to that. That almost sounds human-like. Ah! Listen to that. The very beginning right there. Listen. And then it switches. Do you see how there's higher pitches in there? Oh, it's that one. Shit. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Right there. Listen to that. I didn't notice that before listening to this. Listen to that. That's crazy, dude.
Well, that one dropped.
That one I think is coyote. But these other ones, man.
Dude, where was all that before? Like, why'd they start up and just go and go and go and go? They were disturbed by something. Like, something disturbed the peace right there.
You hear that little wood knock there at the end? That was close to the recording.
What was that?
Listen.
Man, what was that?
Whoa, hear that? Whoa.
I hear a whoa, whoa, like it's a whole clip.
Yeah.
It's very low too.
I'll highlight that here in a second. Oh. Where was that?
Sounds like a UFO. We've come to eat your cows. Man, what?
Yeah, that's a whole damn conversation going on there. So yeah, there you go.
Wow. Nuts.
That is crazy, dude.
Get my seat back, boy.
Exclusive Bigfoot footage right here on the media farm.
Whoa, sorry about that, folks. But yeah, there you go, man. I don't know. Make it your own decision. Wow. I don't know, man. I ain't never heard no shit like that in the woods, and I ain't visually ever seen weird shit. I suggest you go down to Thinker Thunker. I should have probably pulled it. I don't know which file. I should have brought that up and had that for demonstration. But yeah, if you go down there, he's got little things that's just like that. You'll see the pictures of them. Go watch that shit, Thinker Thunker, and you'll see what I'm talking about, and it'll be like, whoa. You'll know what it is, son.
Yeah, we could pull that up at.
Well, once again, I would like to thank Brandon Dalo for giving us the knowledge and making this happen for us, because he's the one that went through the footage also to find it, the audio.
Yeah, you'll get at least 25%.
And we probably got more because we had it down there for 2 months, and this was out of the first month. And that was only like the first 3 weeks. Because, like I said, that first screen was in the first 3 days, and then the second one was in 2 weeks in, and then the third one was the third weekend or something like that.
How long was that thing out there recording?
2 months.
2 months?
We went down in 30 days and switched out the SD card.
Yeah.
And then went back down.
How big's the SD card?
It was just one of them small ones, them micro ones.
I mean.
Oh, you mean how many? It was, I don't know, a few gigs or something. I can't remember.
I would imagine a lot.
It doesn't really take that much, though. It was like a mini recorder. It's just MP3
just audio.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Didn't take much. Are you going to sit here or are you going to go back and jam?
That is wild.
Want to go back to gym?
It's up to you.
You can do what you want, man. You're here now.
Rock on, dudes.
So, yeah, what'd you guys think about that shit? All right. Let me...